like with Charlie Crockett, it was an experience because you see him from one side of the stage, and you know the ones that, the ones that are going to spend the time with you, or the ones that are just going. It's a cash grab.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Charlie Crockett was a mission.
Oh, it was.
You set out 6 months ago to meet Charlie Crockett, and you said you were going to do it.
I had been chasing Charlie Crockett for 2 years.
So here's the cool thing. This is how Max's life works out. So he told me way back in May, June, or whatever. He says, I'm going to meet that guy. We'd already seen him. Well, we just seen him at Billy Bob's.
Yeah, you'd seen him twice. Me and Spike had seen him about 7 times before.
And Dina had just booked him to play the Choctaw.
Right.
And so you're like, okay, so the last show of the year we're going to see is going to be Charlie Crockett.
I scouted it out.
And I'm going to meet him. And so to make sure that he meets him, because he's not going to do anything wrong since the Baker boys are working the show, or he's not going to do anything to jeopardize
his job.
The professional end. So to make sure he can meet Charlie, he buys these meet and greets. So we're covered. And Max is just grinning ear to ear. So you actually met him at breakfast.
I met him at, I met him at breakfast. I roll up, and
actually, your sister met him before you did.
It's me and him in the breakfast room, and I said, "Hey, Charlie Crockett, my name is Max Baker Jr. I'm glad.
Hey, Charlie
Crockett. I'm glad to meet you. I want to, I just, and I told him, straight from the heart. Hey, listen, your kind of music saved my life during the pandemic, and dude, I've been following you around. He's like, well, we're gonna have a fun day, So I come back down. They're like, hey, he's here. He said he'd sign, and I brought this big stand up. I got a 6 foot tall stand up of him, and
that you got from Forever Young Records.
And that's a whole different story in this spot. I have been on a mission to meet this dude, and here he was at the place I love, and and the thing about meeting people is you can meet them, and they'll either be everything you ever wanted them to be, or
the complete opposite.
Or it'll blow your mind to the part where you put so much thought into it. And I've had that happen to me.
You wish you just heard their music and never met him.
And so, but meeting him was such an honor and a blessing, because the dude, here it was, I've been through all this shit, worked my ass off, and the last show of the year that I'm going to do is going to be Charlie Crockett. It's the cards were set, and then the day couldn't have turned out any better. His paid meet and greet was him singing 3 songs. Because
to a group of there were 77 of us.
There were 77 people there that paid to see him do this, and he
played songs that he didn't play during the set.
The coolest thing about that whole deal was, if you know his history, he comes from the street. He never, by him doing this every day, it shows that he does not forgot where he came from. And so, you see that, and it's like, and then the show is just phenomenal. But the coolest part about it was, by the end of the show, he's calling me by my name, Max Baker, and telling me we're going to do great things together, And
what was his fiance calling you?
And so his fiance had went out there to gamble, and you could just tell she's a pistol, but she was cool to talk to.
She's super nice.
And then she's like, well, I'm going to go out here. I got 30 minutes. To gamble. Do you have any suggestions? And I said, yeah, you should always put it on max bet. And so she walks up and turns back around and starts telling us, hey, from now on, I'm going to call you Max Bet. So away she went, And then, Charlie Crockett, if you're listening, and he said he would listen. I gave him, I was like promoting myself. Hey, dude, would you listen to my podcast? And he did some things for the podcast. And so, if you're listening out there, Charlie, we'll see each other again, I promise you.